Hey everybody, this is CIT 12. It is week 14, and as you're probably expecting, this week we are doing our practical exam on PowerPoint. This exam will work like all of our other practical exams. You'll go into my IT lab, you'll download a bunch of files, one of which will be a PowerPoint presentation that you need to edit. The other will be a Word document that has a whole bunch of instructions telling you what edits to make. And then there'll be a bunch of resource files, things like images you might need to add to the presentation, or maybe another presentation with some slides you're going to borrow and add into your presentation. You go through the instructions, you make all the changes, and when you're done, you're going to have a PowerPoint presentation file that you can upload back to my IT lab for grading. Now, the PowerPoint practical is actually quite a bit easier than the other two practicals. And you can see this in past grades, or I can see it at least, where grades for this practical tend to be much higher than they are for the other practicals. So don't get cocky. Don't wait till the last minute because you think it's going to be so much easier. It still takes time, but chances are you'll be even more successful. You'll find it to be a little bit easier than Word, and certainly easier than Excel. Now, I would like to address one problem that people seem to be having. We're kind of in this weird stage where Microsoft has released Office version 2016, and yet the publisher materials are all still Office 2013. And so the tests and the simulations and everything you've done have been 2013, and yet the version of Office you get for free from the school is 2016. That means there's going to be some changes to templates, to styles, to colors, those sorts of things. Don't worry about that. I'm going to go through the exams, find some of those questions, see how it graded you, and if it's marking you down for choosing a different theme than the one that was available in 2013, I'm trying to just come up with some points that can be added to offset those changes. So you should be able to complete it with Office 2016, which you can get free from the school. There's a video in the Week 14 folder, although you've probably already done it for the other practical exams. But anyway, if you have Office 2016, you should be fine. If you have a very old version of Office, something before 2010, like 2007, you may also run into the same problems. There haven't been a lot of changes in between 2010, 2013, and 2016, but there have been some, and stylistically it'll look a little bit different. If it's really, really frustrating for you to use a piece of software that doesn't look exactly like it does in the simulations, we have labs on campus. They all have Office 2013 installed on them, and so you can use one of our computers and we'll have the exact version that you've seen in the simulations. But like I said, everything is in the same place, roughly. I'm sure there'll be an exception that somebody will bring up, but I haven't really found one yet that's super out of the way. But the main difference is going to be those templates. Those definitely change all the time. Color schemes, things like that. So don't worry about those questions. I'll try to find those and fix them for you. And as always, you always have your 1 week late period. So you've got this week to do the PowerPoint practical, and if you don't get it done this week, don't worry, you still have next week. It'll still be available, but do try to get it in as soon as possible. Now after this is our last practical exam. No more practical exams. There is one more lab, however, a lab on Windows 10, which is fairly new. We'll be talking about that in the upcoming weeks. We may not even do it next week. We may wait until week 16, but regardless, there'll be one more lab and then we're done with my IT lab. In fact, we're getting really close to the end of the semester, so hopefully we can wrap everything up. Hopefully you can finish strong and do really well in this class. And that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, brian.baker@fresnocitycollege.edu, and I will see you online.